do they both back up well when you ask them in the normal condition? Okay, so let me see and what you guys do so I know how to modify it to something that you can explain to them from further away. Okay. Oh boy. Good. Good. Okay, so it's going to be easy to transfer that into a distance because you're already doing it sort of. Okay? So what I'm going to have you do is actually stand in front of him, and I'm going to have you ask him to back away from you. You don't go into him, and I'm going to have you watching here. And what you may see is when you start to tell him to back up, he's going to like dip his nose down. That's his way of kind of telling you, okay, I'm on it. And then you got to wait until it gets here. And then once it gets here, which you'll see, probably it'll be like become indented, or his chest will get real cleavaged. Okay. Some of the horses, when this muscle gets real tight, that leg moves. Some of them get real hollow up in here. So we'll see what he tells us when you ask him to back up. So go ahead and ask him. You're going to gently wiggle the rope to kind of say, I'd like you to back up. Don't move anywhere don't you move anywhere. It's okay. Just ask him to back up. Yep. Now the wrong answer would be coming forward, so you would get louder if he comes forward. So now take up the volume a little bit. You don't have to say it louder, just make the rope louder. Yep. And now you said you normally would touch him in the chest, so go ahead and step in and give him like a flip in the chest with the rope though. Yep. But don't change telling him to back up with the rope. Yep. Good, now stop. Now did you see in his case, both muscles got tight on this side. He didn't get all wrinkly or whatever. He just got tight here and then back. So let's see if you can see that when he does it this time. Yep. Good. No, it's okay. Good. And let him know he did a good job. Okay, go ahead and ask him to step back one more step. Okay, just keep asking him. It's his job to pay attention to you. Yep, so it's on the top of his chest now. So just insist that he does it now. Yep, don't change anything other than you just brought extra energy. If you stop the original energy, then it takes it off. Okay. Yep, go ahead. Go ahead and give him a flip in the chest. Yep, there you go. Yep, you got the message there. Yep. Good. Yep, tell him to finish it, sir. Yep. It's there. Good job, buddy. Okay, so we're going to ask him. Now, he's going to be a little bit harder, only because there's a lot of more close contact stuff. So he's going to need to be able to hear you from a little bit further away. Okay, well, believe it or not, the ones that are stubborn are the ones that usually need the least. Yep. Hi. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, but what we're going to do is try to give you as much as that to talk to him with. Okay, and then the idea is going to be to bring the energy into the line and say, back up. Now the only reason he came forward is because we were both backing up and we were drawing. So now you're going to try to ask him to back up you're going to give him kind of a energy where you're staring at his chest, like you're going to throw a blowtorch at his chest and you want him to move out of the heat. If he doesn't back, then you're going to take the end of that line and you're going to give him a little flick in the chest and say, hey, I was really meaning this. And then when he finally takes that step back, you're just going to go dead quiet as fast as you can. Okay. Yep. wrong answer needs to be uncomfortable, so that way he doesn't keep get the wrong answer. Because if the wrong answer is comfortable, then he's going to keep looking for the wrong answer. So now, how you can help a horse that you've kind of micromanaged to this point is that you can keep wiggling and then tell him what he does know. But now stop. So what I did was I helped him recognize that we were basically giving him a different word, so to speak. So, yes, yep, he found a new word for the same definition. So we're going to go ahead and ask him again to back up, and then as you need support, I'll support him. Start quiet, very quiet. It's always the best deal. Yep. And then, yep. And go ahead and flip him in the chest. Good, and stop. Okay, ask him again. There you go. Oh, you almost had it. Yep. It's sitting right here. Okay, we're going to do another one because we're going to get him to where he understands that that's just a change of plan here. Go ahead and flip him the chest again. Yep. Good. And go quiet as fast as you can. Ready? Go. Go ahead and flip him in the chest. I want the chest to happen before I support. Good boy. There you go. So that was a step with deliberate intent. So now let me see something. Okay. So now I'm going to give him the impression that I want him to really back up. So my focus is going to be right there. And I'm going to be just giving him that I really think you need to move kind of look. Now he's still in I'm willing to keep doing it mode. So I'm going to get that expression. So do you know how I knew that? The muscles were really tight still. They were like pinched together almost. They actually elongated. Because right now they're actually still in that position as well. When you watch when he relaxes, these soften up and get kind of plumpy. Yeah. So I'm going to ask him again because he's already kind of like, okay, I think I'm getting this. Now, watch how light he's going to be now, because he's got it now. So, what you can do with a horse like him is then ask for a march, because a horse like him can learn to walk back like really like with great intent. Where you could do cool stuff like, you know, backwards through the whole place and zigzag through things and, you know, like do cool stuff that a horse like him would love puzzles. I do a lot of puzzles with horses and they love it. So, if you ask him to do something that involved, that, okay, if I'm telling you to do this, not all of it. That's not all of it. So now I'm going to have you do that. Now, there's a lot of intent. The intent is get that. Right. Right, of course. you're not the only one. This is their language. Huh? Good. Good. Now love on him when you feel like you've done what you want. Good. Okay. Does he lunge? Does he? Okay. Okay. Does he go in the direction that you want him to go when you pointed in that direction? Okay. 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 I'll do it with this one. So I'll even help you out a lot. Okay. You stand here and you tell him, okay. See if he'll back up for you, because what we're going to want him to do is the same thing. We're going to want him to back up to where he was back where he was. Yep, there you go. Yep. Now see, so you have something to build off of, okay? Because you're doing it right under him. So now what I want you to see if you can do is ask him to back from, starting from that position, and then ask him to keep backing away from you, so you don't go with him. Yeah? Oh boy. Now let him go away from you. Yep. Yep. Don't stop wiggling. Yep. And one more step. Good. Now, tell him to go out and around that cone with this. So would it be a little bit easier if it didn't have to involve kind of all of you to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, good boy, yeah, you did good job. You did good job. So, like, if he were to stand here, I'll ask him to do the same thing we just did. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell him to turn his tail. Good. I'm going to tell him to come this way. Good. Then I'm going to tell him to back up a step. You're a good boy. Tell him to back up. Back. Back. Good job. Then I'm going to tell him to go that way by pointing that way. So his nose already is halfway there. Communicate to his shoulder. And I'm going to say, how about you follow your nose? And I'm not going to do all the work you just did. I'm just going to give him a chance to follow his nose. Good boy. So now let's just say that I wanted to turn him back around and head out over that other cone. Okay. Okay. Good. And I'm going to tell him to go back around that cone. He's not. He's doing exactly what I'm telling him to do. No, he's doing exactly what I'm telling him to do. Well, him trotting, that's just a little unconfidence that came into his feet, and that's okay. So I'm going to tell him to go back around and mount that cone. Yep. So now, I'm going to tell him, hey, listen to me. I'm going to talk to you about something. You're okay. Step up. Yep. Follow your nose that way. Yeah.
I feel like I'm home right now. This is what I have at home. That's something they don't care. I don't think they care about that.
Boy. So, since he's kind of fun, you don't know what I want. You don't know what I want. Wait. Okay. So what I'm going to have you do, is only at the walk, it's a little easier at the walk. Okay. So slow. Okay. Tell him to stop. So I'm going to have you do where you figure 8 between these two. After he clears this one and goes back out, you're going to go to this one. You're going to do a figure 8 around these two. After he clears and goes back out, you're going to figure 8 around these two. You're going to try to stay right where you're standing. So now, so from where you're standing, you want him to go all the way out and around this cone, then come in between those two cones. Okay. Okay. Good. Now leave him alone. Let him do the job. Good. Now, when he comes and looks at you, you're going to tell his nose to go through those, support his shoulder, and ask him to follow his nose. Allow him to take that line from you, otherwise you're going to bang him. Go all the way around. One more cone. Yep. Invite him in. Yep. Tell his nose. You want his nose to go through those cones, and then ask him to follow his nose. Yeah. Yep. And then, yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay, now figure 8 back to the other cone that you just came past. Yep. Okay. Okay. Yep. That's okay. Yep, he's doing everything you're asking. Yeah, he's doing everything you're asking him to do. Good boy. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So now, does he know how to stand for you at the mounting block? You know how to set up. If you were to put the mounting block and he's open, does he walk off? He stands good for you otherwise, though, but you have to set him up, then you have to go and get on the mounting block? Okay. Would you want him to understand how to come to you if you just stood up on something and he came to you, or it doesn't really, you're fine? Okay. Do you come and play with him often? Okay. Okay. Good boy. Okay. So let's give him something cool to learn how to do with his body so that you can build off of that with him. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell him to go sideways over those stones. Okay. 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 So we have to explain it to him. What parts of his body need to move in order for him to go sideways? Right? Yeah. Yeah, his rib cage. Right? So we need to get, first we're going to have to tell this part and then this part, but eventually we want to just tell his ribs. And his ribs will lead the way. Boy. Okay, so first we have to tell his front legs. Are you right-handed or left-handed? Okay. So we're going to point this way and tell his shoulder. Now we're not going to tell him to go, like we're not going to tell him to walk. We're going to just tell him to cross his legs over that way. So just ask his front legs to cross over that way. You're going to point to like the mounting block over there, and then you're going to put your energy on his shoulder. You're not going to cluck or give him any go cue. You're just going to ask him to cross his legs over. Leave him alone. Stop, stop, stop. Good. Now we're going to talk to his hind legs. So what you're going to do is you're going to step out pretty much into my position, You're going to look at his tail and you're going to tip your head like you're trying to get water out of your ear. Yep. And then you're going to see, yep, good. Now stop him from going forward. Now we just learned to back up. That also means don't go forward. So when he chooses to go forward when he got the wrong answer, you can throw a wiggle of the rope to say, but don't go forward. Okay, so we're going to start in the front of him, and we're going to ask his front legs to go that way. Don't click, because it means go. So if he leaves, he'd listen to you. Okay. So now you're going to go ahead and look at his hind end and ask his hind end to step away. Don't cluck, because otherwise he'll leave. Bump his nose towards your belly button. Nope. That's okay. He doesn't know what you want, so. Right, he's actually walking around with his front feet. He's not moving his hind end at all. But what we want him to do, yep, is exactly what he just did. Good. So if we were to tell him to go sideways over that cone, we would have to ask him to move his front legs, his hind legs, his front legs, his hind legs, or just his legs. So let's see if we can't get his hind legs to where he's facing us. Good. Good. Now. Good. Good. So now we want to explain to him that we want him to go sideways, sideways. So the energy that you need to have has to be focused right about here. But you have to tell his front feet what to do as well. So you're going to stand in front of him. You're going to tell his front feet to go that way. Your eyes, your focus, your energy is going to go right here. And see if you can't ask him to go sideways. Yep. 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 Bump him from going forward. That's where your don't go forward comes in. It's okay. It involves a little extra, it's like patting your head and rubbing your tummy. Boy. Yep. Good. Oh. Yep, that's right. Back. So that's where you would use the wiggle to help him. Yep. He's trying. He just doesn't know what to do. The energy, the whole message right now is sitting in his hips. He actually doesn't know what to do. Partially because your other hand isn't telling his front feet what to do. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll show you. So, I want his hind end to move. I want him to back up. I want his hind end to move. I want his front end to move. I want his hind end to move. And I don't want him to go forward. So I want his hind end still clearly. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Go forward. Good. Good boy. Back. 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 You got this. Good. Yep. Yep. There you go. You got it. You got it. There you go. Good. That's right. That's right. All right. I know. Yep. Good. Yep. 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 Go forward. Yep. Good. Right. Okay. Nope. 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 Wrong way. No, wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. gonna just say, there you go. It's gonna help you a little bit. Okay, front feet. Good. Front feet. Good. Good. Front feet. I know it's there. You're good. I know it's there. Good. 9 feet. Nope. 9 feet. 9 feet. Nope. 9 feet. Nope. Nope. I know it's there. So he's telling me that he doesn't think I know that's there. So I'm trying to explain to him I do know it's there. Good. So I'm trying, because what he's going to do is he's going to come back forward, back towards me with his hind end before he moves his front end. Good. Good. So I'm trying to tell him that I don't want him to do that. Yep. Yep. Good. 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 Yep. Yep. You're right. You're right. Yep. Okay. You got it. I'm going to help you with your front end again. You got, no. You got it. Yep. Yep. There you go. Good. So now, good. Good. Yep. 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 Right. Yep. Yep. You got it. Yep. Yep. No. No. Forward. Don't go forward. Yep. There you go. Yep. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Good boy, you got this. Yep. Yep. I know. I know. Good. Step. Step back. Good. Good. Back. Back. I know. Back. 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 Okay, now you know it. Back. 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 Good. Yep. Yep. You got it. Good. Good. One more. Good. Look at it. You put your head down. Okay. Okay. I don't know what he sees over there. The dog thing. Alright, we're gonna do something kind of fun with him. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. They're at such an early stage, it's hard to come up with cool puzzles that we possibly understand. We're gonna have him. We're gonna set him up with his front feet, even with that cone. We're gonna ask him to back up to where this is at his belly. I'm gonna ask him to go through those 2 points. Okay? So we have to be able to tell him how to back up. We have to be able to tell him how to turn his nose, how to follow his nose. So you're gonna bring his front feet to this cone here. Oh, stop. Good. Now we want to get him straight, so we're going to get his tail facing that way. So how we would talk to his tail is we would tip our head like we've got water in the ear, yep, and ask him to move his hind end over. Good. So now we're going to ask him to back up away from us, so we're going to back him away from you. Okay. Okay. Good. So he's got the message. It's in there. Yep. Good. Yep. Yep. Good. Good. One more step. Good. Now. Good. Now we want to talk to his nose, and we're going to tell his nose to go to those flowers on that jump standard. We're going to point it at that, and we're going to try to give him at the jump standard over there. We're going there. See, now there's nose. Now you want to put your energy on his shoulder. Tell him to follow his nose. So get his nose going back that way again. Yep. Okay. Good. Okay, so go ahead and ask him to back up. Good. Good. Stop. Tell him which way you want his nose to go. And you're going to give him the impression that you visualize what his nose looks like pointed at that. So he has to feel that you know that you want his nose to feel that way. Good. Then tell him to go. Good. Now, well, that's easy enough under the aspect of it. Let's see what he can do just by having a conversation with it. Okay? Try to tell his hand to go away. Tell him to back up, back, 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 back. Tell his whole body, not forward, back. Tell his whole body, I want his whole body to go over here. Forward, not forward, not forward. Back. 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 Hey. Back. Good. Back. There you go. Back. Tail needs to go that way. Good. Back. Good. Back. Back. Now, I'm going to give him an image of what it looks like for me to see his nose point over there. So I'm actually visualizing that and then trying to get him to see my vision. So I'm going to visualize I want his nose to point over towards those flowers. And I'm going to wait. I'm not going to tell him to go, because if I tell him to go, he's going to come right to me. So I need to wait until he's got a direction. Kind of imagine that their nose is like an airplane, and you need his nose pointing in the direction you want him to fly. So I'm just going to try to help him. I still have the image, his nose pointing at those flowers in my mind. So I'm trying to tell him by stopping that it's about his nose. I'm going to help him by giving him a hint that way. And I'm going to tell him that's all I wanted. Now I'm going to tell his nose to stay that way and start talking, but since his nose comes back, I'm going to tell him, no, your nose needs to stay that way. Nose needs to stay that way. Now follow your shoulder. Or follow your nose with your shoulder. There you go. Yep. 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 All that lean and everything he's doing, he's telling me he wants to do it. He just doesn't know what. Yep. Good. tell him to come back up here. Turn his tail. Back up. Back. Tell his front end to go back towards that cone. Yep. So that, but don't automatically think see, you're assuming. Okay? We don't want you to assume. So, I know I heard it too. Like, what is over there? Good. Yep, you're right. You're right. Go. 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 You're right. You're okay. Go. You're okay. Go. Now you're allowed to go. Nope. You're okay. Forward. Go forward. Go forward. Good. You're right. You're right. Back. Back. You got it. Good. Good. More. Good. Over here. Now go that way. Yep. Follow your nose. Good. Now, wait. You don't know. Find in. Find in. Good. Back. 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 You don't know. Back. Yes. Back. Good. Back. Good. 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 Now, I'm going to give him a second to lick and chew on that because there was a lot where I was trying to go from micromanaging him to giving him responsibility of just listening to me. So he needed a minute to kind of say, okay, so that something made sense. Now I'm going to ask him, back. So I didn't say go. So I'm going to put him right back where he was. Oh, something scared him. Here. Come on, need you over there. Need you over there. Come on. Follow your nose. Good. You got this. You got this. Here. 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 Good. Good. So what happens is we get so used to kind of holding their hand for everything that's why we create horses that are always on top of us, as well as why they don't do what we want unless we're really managing them. So I want him to understand that I can have good. That I can tell him I want his nose to go that way, and then I want him to follow it, and it's a simple conversation. Good. Yes. So by stopping, I said, you were right. By telling me you're going to do something with your nose. Good. Yes. Now I'm going to tell him follow it. Yes. Good boy. Good. Right, and worried because he understood we were actually having a conversation. And sometimes when you stop and let them lick and chew, that gives them that second to say, oh, okay, wait a minute, conversation. So because he's so used to kind of being handled, like, so that's the only reason why I'm doing any actual micromanaging of him is because I'm just trying to help him understand. So I'm going to tell him to move his tail away a little bit without going forward. Good. So I'm going to tell his tail to go back, actually, because he overachieved. Nope. So I'm just going to help him because, like I said, he's so used to kind of being told what to do physically that he just needs a little help with support. Okay. No, don't go forward. Don't go forward. Don't go forward. Hey. Back. Back. Yes. Back. With your tail. Good. Back. Good. Nose that way. There you go. Good. So what he doesn't understand is that there's a plan. It's okay. When you start doing puzzles with horses like him, they'll get really into it, where they're like, ooh, I wonder what we're going to do. Back. Don't go forward, back. Other way around. Yeah, back. Yep. There you go, back. Good. So I'm going to tell his nose, I want his nose to go that way. So my image that I've sent to him is looking at the fence. Help you. I'm going to help you. Yep. Good. You're right. Keep going. Yep, forward. Good job. Yep, good. Back. Nope, not forward. We got that part wrong. Hey. Back. Good. There you go. Back. This is how you know it. Okay, ready? Back. One more. Back. Back. No, back. There you go. Yep, back. There you go. Good. Yes, you know what to do now, huh? There you go. Go. Good boy.